Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome to economics online classes. In the previous class we had been discussed regarding the LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization introduced during 1991 under the new economic policy. So let us look at what is this financial sector reforms under liberalization. In liberalization there are four sectors I said: industrial sector, financial sector, tax and external sector reforms. First we studied the industrial sector reforms in the liberalization. Next we study what are the financial sector reforms under the liberalization. Liberalization means I said liberalization means freedom or free from the government control. Physical control or direct control, free from the physical or direct control. So let us see what are the financial sector reforms during 1991 under the liberalization, So during 1991 new economic policy introduced by India for the purpose of economic growth and development. So what are the main reforms happened in the economy means economic reforms in the field of financial sector. Why the economic reforms needed in the financial sector? Because earlier, before 1991 means till 1950 to 1990, immediate after the independence till 1990, whatever the reforms introduced in the field of agriculture, industry or other sectors, they never bother about the financial sector. All the financial activities were controlled by the RBI. You know that RBI, Mother Bank of India, or it is said to be the Reserve Bank of India. It is Mother Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India. All other banks were not given any importance. Only the RBI is direct controlling the financial sector. All the economic activities, all the financial activities, everything will be bills passed by the RBI. For every activities bills passed by the RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So what happened after that? 1935, you know that RBI came into existence, everything you know that. Main purpose is bringing stability in the economy. But it is not possible to develop any economy with the single bank, direct control, domination. So it requires the many branches like a tree. Thus, after 1991, according to the new economic policy, thought that it is better to reform the financial sector. How to reform the financial sector? So liberalization is required in the financial sector. Economists thought that it is essential to make some reforms in the financial sector, existing system. Control of RBI should be reduced. So RBI help is required, RBI money assistance is required, financial assistance is required, but minimizing the role of RBI is needed according to the liberalization. So liberalization implied a substantial shift in the role of the RBI from regulator to a facilitator of the financial sector. By the name you can see, shift the role of from the regulator to the facilitator. RBI is required for us. RBI is required for us. But from the monopoly to the liberty. It should not be dominator. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು RBI. ಅದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೇನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಟರ್, ನಮಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಹಸ್ತ ನೀಡುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ರಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ financial sector reforms? So financial sector reform says liberalization in the financial sector is required So, role of the RBI should be shift from regulator to facilitator. Regulator to facilitator. Regulator to facilitator. It means earlier all the control of financial activities with the RBI. RBI is required for us, financial assistance is required for us, but it should not regulate the activities. It should be facilitate and assist the financial activities, free the financial sector. So, this is about the financial sector reforms, main reforms involved in the under the liberalization and NEP 1991. Next one is fiscal sector reforms. Fiscal is nothing but students government. Fiscal means government. Fiscal sector reforms means government sector reforms. Thus, fiscal means public sector reforms. Thus, it relates to revenue and expenditure, reforms in the field of revenue and expenditure. As I said earlier, economic reforms were essential to maintain the balance of payment. Revenue should be equal to the expenditure, or revenue should be more than the expenditure. Expenditure should not be more than the revenue, then it should be the fiscal deficit. Overcome from the fiscal deficit, economic reforms introduced under the liberalization. Thus, these reforms means relates to the revenue and expenditure of the government, and tax reforms are the principal component of fiscal reforms. In fiscal reforms mainly we are going to see the tax reforms, because ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆದಾಯ ಬರ್ತದೆ? Government will get revenue only from the taxes, ತೆರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. Thus, ತೆರಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಧಾರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. So, that is needed to overcome from the problem of fiscal deficit. So, they given more importance to the fiscal deficit. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ತೆರಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 1991 ರಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿತು. So, already you know that taxes, there are direct tax and indirect tax, two kinds of taxes. Reforms in tax, that is said to be the tax reforms under direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax means you know that income tax directly payable to the government, individuals directly payable to the government. So, burden of the tax is imposed on the particular individual directly to their income. Next one, indirect tax is GST. Direct tax example is income tax, tax on your income. GST, goods and service tax. While you are borrowing any one pen or pencil, you are going to pay the 5 rupees for this pencil, means actual price is 4.5, 4 rupee 50 paisa. Remaining 50 paisa is tax, indirect tax. You doesn't know you are going to pay the tax earlier, but actually you are going to pay the tax for using this pencil, using this your mobile phones, using your books. All the goods were charged by the GST, goods and service tax. So, indirectly they are going to add that to your product and they give you. So, indirect taxes. So, tax reforms were made during this liberalization period. So, direct taxes, reforms made in the direct tax, reforms made in the indirect taxes. What kind of reforms made, that you are going to study in the class 12 economics. So, next is what are the reforms made in the field of external sector. External sector reforms. As I said, external sector means foreign exchange reserves, improvement in the international trade, foreign trade. Thus, according to the liberalization, free import of goods and export of goods should be allowed. External sector reforms include foreign exchange reforms and foreign trade policy reforms. So, export and import, we say export and import should be free from the domination. Any country, we can trade with any countries and we can export the goods to any country and import the goods from any countries. Thus, trade should be free from the domination. Trade should be free from the domination. This is about the liberalization policy and reforms, economic reforms under the liberalization. Economic reforms under the liberalization includes industrial sector reforms, financial sector reforms, tax sector reforms and even external sector reforms. This is about the liberalization. Next we are going to see the LPG. In that liberalization part we studied. Next we move to the privatization. New economic policy introduced one more concept, that is policy said to be the privatization policy. What is this privatization policy? We are going to see in the next class. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the